Gene's got him.
Hey, welcome back to MobilityWOD. Oh, there it is! Carl Pally, gymnast, pocket extraordinaire, back from his world travels. We're here talking about how to get prepped, some really simple ideas to make 7 minutes of burpees much better. Now, I was talking to Mike Bergner. Really, Mike Bergner has secretly been training everyone for this workout for years with his burpee madness. Yay, burpees. So Mike, this really should be called the Mike Bergner. I'm going to show you what Carl's doing, and we're just going to break this down. How do we simplify this movement? The more variables in your trunk, the more variables in your hip that you're going to have to kind of rectify, the more force you're bleeding out, the more expensive this gets over 7 minutes. The most efficient athletes are going to be really clean, really relaxed, but they're also going to be really efficient in their movement. So if we look at the large movement and motor patterns of the big joints here, if we can open those up and prep ourselves so it's easier to put my arms over my head, so it's easier to close my hip and open my hip, that's really all we're talking about. It's a very, very simple movement. So let's watch Carl do one.
Right here, Coach?
Whatever you want to be, buddy.
You want me to measure out six inches? That's like 12.
Is that how you guys roll?
Yes.
All right. So look, very simple. We want to be able to open up the hip. So now let's break that down. So the big part is hip flexion. The more that Carl's missing hip flexion here, the more he's going to have to round, the more he's going to have his knees come forward to chase. It ends up being very, very ineffective to be able to get to the ground. So we want to go ahead and start the first piece of the sprawl. So we're going to wind up with the bands. Classic flossing. Put it right on here, run in, get some big load. And let's just work on clean hip flexion, keeping the back flat, and then we'll also floss the hamstrings here. So spending just a couple minutes pre-burpee, working in those different corners, keeping the back straight and working on pure hip kind of flexion where you're just hinging at the hip will make a difference in that first part of the burpee. Would you agree?
Check.
What we see is that people are like, oh, all I have to do is put my hands on the ground, and now I have to jump in a really inefficient position. That accordion ain't no way to be. Second piece, from the ground, Carl hits. Now he's got to sprawl back up, and you'll notice that he's going to have to load his hip. There's no way he's going to keep his back straight this entire movement, so do a push-up, perfect plank, not effective. But he's got his butt on in the bottom position, so show us that load from the bottom. And now he's got to be able to open up that hip so he can snap to his feet. That's the key. Butt is squeezed, which means he's got to have enough hip extension, otherwise he's going to break through the entire chain. Now he's upright, so we better have something that opens up that hip. Very simple, flip the band the other direction. Let's load pure hip extension. We've been working on this for the last 2 weeks on the MWOD. Not hip flexion, leg extension, or excuse me, hip extension, leg flexion. I want to put you into pure hip extension, grind through some of these corners to open it up, climb up into this position, really work so that when you snap up into that good pike, you've got some breathing room here. Tie the arm into it, start opening up the abs. Okay, that's number 2. Finally, last idea. Monsieur. Oh, dude! If he's working hard to put his arms over his head, we're going to see that he's missing that last range. He's going to miss reps because he's going to miss. It ends up being inefficient. And then if I'm jumping from that broken banana, sad, overextended snake position, it's going to cost me a lot. Because ultimately, I just want to be able to jump straight up, swing my hands up, and just touch, right? Without having to overextend or get there. So what we're going to do, I think Yami was talking about some classic back extension. Don't be afraid to get on the roller, open up the back. But also let's just open up the lats, tie that in so it becomes easy to get your arms over your head. And the reason is, even though many of you guys are just going to be here, don't be in these positions. You should be reaching with an open position. Almost like this, but you've got your hands open so that it's easier to get your hands back and you can almost touch, just somewhere in that position. But if it's costing you to put your arms over your head, it's going to get expensive and you're going to start breaking. And then look at my next load. I'm in a bad position. So, can you show us one fast? Exaggerating hip flexion. Big pike. He extends the hip. Oh! Back up. Simple position overhead. 3 ideas. Let's work on hip extension and the arms up. Some hip flexion. Arm over the head. What do you got to do, like 170?
I'm going for 170.
170, Carl Pally. Now,
divide by 3.
This whole workout, we actually started the clock. You didn't realize this, but we started the clock while we started this MobilityWOD. And Jesse Burdick is in the middle of doing his set. He's in minute like, 6.5, 6:42. Come on, Jesse. 6:43, 6:44, 6:45. It's not too late, 6:46. 48.
What am I doing?
49. You're competing right now. You got the one burpee. 652. 53. Oh, can you put your arms over your head? Time. Beautiful. 1 rep, Jesse Burdick. And I'm spent. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck.